Hey everybody, what's going on? We're playing Just Cause 3, and just the start. For some reason, it didn't save my progress. I beat the game a couple of times. Um, I was just using it to drive around in, and then all my stuff got uninstalled. So now we're gonna play it through a little bit more. You know, just live our lives. Let's see. What to talk about? Well, we can talk about how, do you ever just like multiple people and not know what to do? 'Cause I don't know. I'm kind of dealing with a situation where there's like 4 people and 2 of them are just throwaway, but like the other 2 are I could I could see a future with, and I don't think any of the 4 like me at all, just at all. And it's shitty. It hurts. Like, not having anybody, just nobody at all, hurts. And, I'm fine with it, but it just kind of sucks. And, you know, it's whatever. I'm not going to say who they are because that's dumb. But then there's also another person, and they're kind of starting up, and I don't know. I don't even know what to do because I like all of them, yet none of them at the same time, and they definitely none of them like me. And so it's just everything's just a situation. And I don't know. We're just we're gonna play it by ear, see what happens, live life. Sit alone at lunch like always. The fun stuff. I mean, it gets to a point where you realize life is fleeting, and you gotta let things go. And I was hoping to drive around and kind of talk, but that's not gonna happen, because my progress was deleted. Let us just kill a couple of them. Gosh, I suck using the controller, but yeah, I don't know. Life. Well, let's just put it into. Let's just use a quote from somebody. Somebody who I listen to. Um, here it goes. I think a lot about killing myself. Not like a point on a map, but rather a glowing exit sign at a show that has never been quite bad enough to make me leave. And I don't know. I connect with it because, I mean, yeah, I hate life. And everything really just sucks, just all the time. But I'm not ready to give it up. I'm too selfish, I think, is the problem. And I've been hurt too many times to, like, really think anything matters anymore. I don't know. I feel like if, I don't know. Okay. We're just gonna thread the needle. Yep. Yikes. Okay, let us just pull out of here. Yikes, we're gonna cause this to explode. Yikes, 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 okay. Yeah, I don't know, this is gonna be kind of a sad boy vibe today. We're just gonna, okay, let's just plop down. Who cares? Yeah, oh, mini got fun. Yeah, everything just kind of, I don't know. Life just has a tendency to spiral out of control, and I'm not really okay with it. Um, and you know, a lot of people are, and that's that within their right, and it's just, I don't know. I don't even know. You know, I'm so freaking young and just inexperienced that I don't really know, and I won't know until I do know, and I don't think I'll ever know. I don't think I'm capable of knowing. I don't think I'm capable of a lot of things. And a lot of times I surprise myself, but other times I prove myself right. And I don't know, I think everything's just a shit situation. Just life, just I don't know. I might as well just I mean even this video, what, it's gonna get 1 view from Hema, which is I honestly think is cool because nobody would ever watch this. And Hema's just such a unique, cool person that it's super cool to know. And I mean, oh, let me skip the cutscene. There we go. I don't know. Life is pretty much what it is, and sometimes you have to accept that. You know, I can't though. I really can't. Hopefully I can, seriously. Okay, no. We want, I mean, okay. I want my old save back. You know, I'm really just doing this to procrastinate my homework. I never get free time like this without, like, shit, you know? I'm gonna end up losing sleep over this because I decided I wanted to record, which is ultimately idiotic by me, but who cares? I mean, after a while, does anything really matter? I've lived on Earth 15 years and I haven't changed at all. I mean, sure, I've learned, I've grown, but I've never learned, I've never grown, I've never really changed. I'm still the same little boy that I was when I was 6, 10. I'm still just nothing. I mean, I don't truly matter. And there's 7,480,000,000 people on this earth, and I have the audacity to think I matter. I mean, it's insane. 7,400,000,000 people on the earth, and I have the audacity to believe I matter. My life is just a bunch of quotes. I can't ever think up anything on my own. If you read a dictionary, every book afterwards is just a remix, and that's kind of like life. Once one person has lived, I mean, what are you doing different? Honestly, there's nothing. You, I mean, things have advanced over the years, but nothing's ever going to change. I almost wish we lived in a dystopic society just so we could see change. Like not like real change, not like fake change, like, oh, blah 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 blah, new system, but like real change. Like people making an effort to get something changed. The way we have everything set up right now, nobody has the ability to change. The whole point of being able to protest, being able to own guns, is that if we weren't okay with change, we could change it ourselves. And when people don't like Supreme Court justices, when people don't like stuff like that, and people are protesting and nobody cares, that's not change. Time and time again, nobody gets listened to, nobody gets heard. It's always someone versus another. And most of the time, you don't get the outcome you want. And that's just, that's just shitty. It's just it's just not good. It's just not good. It's just not, what's the word? Not perfect. Not good. Not, non something. It's just not ideal. Not ideal. Just life suboptimal. Life is suboptimal. Just everything. You know, some people think, oh, I can change things, but we have lived a certain way for hundreds of years, and we don't change. We're not capable. We're humans. We don't learn from our past mistakes. We do the same things again and again and again. And people think, oh, we can learn from our history, but if you look at history, we obviously can't. And we just have to accept that we can't do anything. Maybe if we got together, we might be able to make change, but we can't do anything. Just absolutely nothing. And I just killed myself trying to climb on the airplanes. I wish I could start over. Just, new life, new family, new place. I want to live on the East Coast again. The East Coast, it's just, I have memories there. And they were all from when I was little, but I remember them so vividly, and just, my heart aches. I remember sitting on our deck. We had a second floor deck area that, it was a second floor deck that we used. We had a pool. It was overlooking a pool on the second floor of our home. And I would just sit out there early mornings, and I would just stare at the yard and experience life. And you could just sit there and look off into the forest and just see life. Just hear birds chirping, hear just early morning sounds. And it's beautiful. And then I remember standing out on that deck, my feet, bare feet on the wood, just looking out, and the sky was this perfect overcast that just blanketed everything in this soft light, and the cool fall breeze just spread across the leaves, and I just remember sitting there enjoying it. I could just stop, and I could experience life. I could be grounded. I could smell the snow in the air. I could feel the breeze blowing across my arms, through my hair, and I could just live. I didn't have to worry about who didn't like me, who liked me. I didn't have to worry about that. I could sit there and I could live. And it was amazing. It was, I mean, growing up like that, you can just experience. I mean, the East Coast the weather was so amazing. The leaves would change such beautiful colors, and it was just magic. And living on the West Coast is so much different, and I really don't like it. And I wish I could go back and sit on that deck in the cold fall and start to see snow fall. Tiny cold spots on my skin as the nice cool breeze blows clouds over everything, and the fall leaves look so beautiful. And I just know that I'm never going to see that again. It's an experience that I'm never going to be able to relive. And I feel the loss. It's, I don't know. It's kind of also, it goes with that feeling of loss you get when you finish a book. And I don't know if you guys know what that feels like. But for me, books are an escape. Books help me through kind of everything. No matter how bad I'm feeling, I can open up a book and I'll be the person in the book, and I won't need to feel sad because I'll be a different person. And when you're a different person, you're still the same person. And so you're able to look, even if the book is sad, even if these people have all these problems, you're still able to look as an outsider and be like, in the book, this person has this problem, but they can change. The problems aren't real problems. But I could never do that for me. I could never bring myself, like, I couldn't. I'm incapable of the change required to overcome a lot of things. And books, people in books, I become them. And I become these dynamic characters who, by the end of the book, have changed so much. And I'm able to live. I'm able to be them. I'm able to breathe them. I'm able to be that change. And then I finish the book. And I don't know who I am. And I have to go back from being this person who goes on all these adventures to this disposable loser. It's awful. And so I'll pick up another book and I'll start reading that, because the longer I go in between, I'll do it immediately. I'll finish one book and then I'll immediately pick up another and start reading. Because the more I sit there, the more I'll realize that it's over. I'm not gonna be them again. And it hurts. It's shocking. It's like taking a nice warm bath and falling asleep, and the water just kind of drains out, and you're there in this nice bliss as all the water is draining out of your nice warm bath, and then you're just lying there, empty and cold. And so what do? You fill it up again. You fill up your bath. But your bath has a leaky faucet, and so every single time you fill it up, it only lasts a short while. So you immediately have to replace that warmth. Because when the warmth is gone, you realize how cold you are, how empty. So you seek to fill it up. God, I'm fucking emo. Jesus Christ. Nobody's gonna watch these besides Emma, the real G, but God, am I emo. God, does life suck, though? I can be emo if I want to be emo, but it doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna watch this. Nobody's gonna care. Because in the end, we're all self-absorbed people just marching on to our deaths. We live to make money, and we make money so we can live. But there's never anything real. There's never anything real. Everything is just made up by us. That's the problem about being a human. We long ago realized we're terrified of death. We can't feel like we have done nothing. So we all try and tell ourselves that what we do matters, and we build up our own importance, and we have it ingrained into our brains so that we will our whole lives believe that we matter, so that we can further the human race. But we don't at all. We could die. There's still 7,400,000,000 people on Earth. And some of us have the audacity to believe we matter. And it's a lie. It's not true. We could live and nothing would change. We could die and the world could be a much better place. We just don't know. And in the end, what do humans do? Humans further themselves. There's never been a time when we've done anything beneficial for anything else. All we've ever done is kill things. Just cold-blooded murder of species. Hundreds of species. Thousands of species dead because of us. And we go along in our silly little lives believing that we are the best, but there's no difference between us and cows. The only difference is that we we realize that death is coming, and we're too scared to face it head on. We're too scared to realize that we die alone. And so we fill our heads with such nonsense to believe that maybe what we do matters. But it doesn't. It doesn't at all. In the end, we're just repurposed dirt. Everything comes from somewhere, and everything is the same. All matter, since the beginning of the universe, has come from the same place. You don't create matter. The matter that makes us up comes from our parents, comes from what they eat, comes from what we eat, and all we eat are mindless animals. So in essence, we are mindless animals. We just don't realize it. We hype ourselves up on how important we are, not even realizing at the exact same time we're telling ourselves just how worthless we are. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, why would it? Why would anything matter? Nothing I say is going to change anything anybody does. And the only way, it's just everything's shit. It's just not a good situation. Everything is suboptimal. Life is suboptimal. My life is suboptimal. I just... Everything's suboptimal. Social interactions could be so much better. Everything could be so much better. But instead, we all do the same things. We all talk about each other. Everybody has been talked about. Everybody's been talked bad about. Everybody's felt how bad that feels to be hated, to be not liked. And yet we still do it. Everybody still has that one person who they talk shit about. For a lot of people, that person's me, because I do things that a lot of people don't like, that a lot of people would enjoy talking shit about. And I understand that. And one of the reasons I do it is so that people have someone to talk shit about. Because if they're filling their mouths with my name, they aren't filling their mouths with someone else's. And that's much better. Because I know that feeling, and I don't want anybody to have it. And, I don't know. God, what have I even been saying this entire time? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just broken. I swear, I'm like a broken record, playing on repeat, again and again and again, saying the same exact things. But even then, I'm not gonna change. I know I'm not gonna change. Nothing is going to change. Nothing ever changes. And nobody is ever going to like me. And I am never going to date anybody. Because when you're as weird as me, who would want to? I mean, everybody at school thinks I'm the gay, drug addict loser, and I can't disagree with them. I know I'm not gay. I know I'm not a drug addict. But at the same time, do I? Do I even know me? Do I even know anything about the world? I don't. I don't. And I couldn't truly say, I couldn't say whether or not I was a loser. I couldn't say whether or not I was an addict. Because sometimes it's easier to be an addict than to face things sober. And that's a lot of the reason why. It kind of reminds me of a thing where scientists used to test addiction on rats. And so they would have two things of water, one with, I think it was cocaine in it, some kind of addictive drug in it, and one with no water. And time again, these rats in their cages would very quickly die because they would just take the drug again and again and again and overdose. But then one of the scientists stopped and said, well, if you have a rat alone in a cage, empty cage, what are they going to do but get high? So they built what they called Rat City, and it was just this huge collection of just cages full of toys to play with, food to eat, rats to interact with, and the rats rarely ever used the drugged water because they weren't doing it out of addiction. They were doing it because there was nothing better to do. And that's kind of how life is. If you're stuck staring at a wall your entire life, if you're stuck having the same things repeated to you again and again and again, you're going to want to escape. You're going to want to go somewhere else. And for the rats and people, that's what doing drugs is. It's just an exit. It's just a way out. If you can't leave physically, why not leave mentally? And I agree. I mean, what's the point? There's really none. Like, there's literally no point to what I'm saying right now, and I don't think there ever will be. Because my point is, we all are pointless. And how can I make a point if I'm not even a point? I'm not like a point on a map. I'm like a speck on a globe. That sounded deep, but it was pretty emo. Well, I should probably get homework done, get high, and then go to bed while thinking about life and people I like and people I don't like and people who don't matter to me anymore, and thinking about what I'm gonna do with my life. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Emo Jacob. Make sure to leave a like and to subscribe because I'm so edgy that I need it or else I'll die. And just stay safe. Love yourself more than anybody. And don't do anything I would do. And you should be fine in life. Never take a 0, period. That's just a word of advice. Yep. Well, I will see you all in the next video, and bye.